What's up, guys? S2H back in action once again, and what I would like to talk about today is the three best moves that Marc Bergevins has made as a Montreal Canadiens GM. The three best decisions he has made that has helped the team in the long run, that has a positive effect on the Montreal Canadiens. If you didn't see it, I've already done a three worst moves video for Marc Bergevins, so I figured I would put a positive spin on this GM, and let's talk about some of the good things he has done for the Montreal Canadiens. And coming in the third spot, the third best thing he has done as a GM, in my opinion, is the Jeff Petry trade in 2015. One of Marc Bergevin's most underrated moves was snatching up pending free agent Jeff Petry from the Edmonton Oilers for a steal of a deal of only a second and a fourth round pick in 2015. Petry immediately fit in well with the Montreal Canadiens and decided to forego free agency that year after all and signed a 6-year, $33 million deal with the Habs, which in my mind is 100% without a doubt less than what he would have got on the market that year. Since then, he has been a mainstay top four defenseman for the Habs, really coming into his own over the last 3 years especially. With his smooth skating, quick accurate passing, his offensive game has improved by leaps and bounds, recording 40-point seasons 3 years in a row and definitely living up to his contract. In my opinion, he is one of Marc Bergevin's best moves as a GM, especially considering what he had paid to acquire a guy who is as important as Jeff Petry is to the Montreal Canadiens. And coming in at the second spot, after I'm done stumbling over my words, the building of the prospect pool, what Marc Bergevins has done in the past 3 years, building up this prospect pool for the Montreal Canadiens. Building up the prospect pool after years of struggling to make any significant impact at the draft, Marc Bergevins and the Montreal Canadiens head of scouts, Trevor Timmins, have done a phenomenal job in bringing up great young players and drafting gems in the mid and later rounds, which in my and many other people's opinion, many other fans and experts' opinion, have culminated the Montreal Canadiens draft pool into being a top 10 draft pool in the NHL and has some of the best young centers currently coming up in the NHL. Players like OHL playoff MVP, Nick Suzuki, third overall pick, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, NCAA goal-scoring phenom Cole Caulfield, the best Russian defender ever to play at the World Juniors statistically, Alexander Romanov, the 2018-19 goalie of the year in the NCAA, Caden Primo, along with a slew of other good prospects like Matthias Norlander, Jaden Struble. Marc Bergevins has done an excellent job rebuilding and structuring a very good prospect pool for the Montreal Canadiens, and in my opinion, it definitely has to be one of the best things he has done for the Habs as a GM, and will have a very positive impact for the Habs for years to come. We will see a lot of these younger players thrive and break out in Montreal. Of course, all the prospects aren't going to turn out to be good players, but what he has done with this prospect pool compared to what it was in like 2014, 2015, what it looks like now, it is night and day. It is so much better. It is a very, very strong prospect pool. And coming in at number one, this is by far and away Marc Bergevin's home run, his best move he has made as a GM. After a tumultuous 2017-2018 season, it was clear to all the Montreal Canadiens fans that the Montreal Canadiens captain and best goal scorer, Max Pacioretty, was going to be on the trading block. Between awkward media interviews, Bergevin constantly trying to avoid the subjects, and Patch's poor attitude during his last year as a Hab, Marc Bergevin finally made the inevitable decision and traded Patches to the Vegas Golden Knights for Thomas Tatar, who was coming off a terrible 20-game stint for Vegas, blue-chip prospect Nick Suzuki out of the OHL, who was touted to be a good two-way center in the league someday, and a second-round pick that turned out to be Matthias Norlander. What makes this Marc Bergevin's best move and biggest win in my mind is Nick Suzuki. Suzuki is hands down the future number one center in Montreal. He has already been a phenomenal rookie, had a phenomenal rookie campaign, which has earned the distinction of being the first Habs rookie center to be named to the NHL All-Rookie team, along with Thomas Tatar being the leading scorer for Montreal this year, having 2 career years, being the first line left wing and being absolutely phenomenal, and Matthias Norlander turning into a great-looking prospect, a great-looking defensive prospect. This definitely has to be Marc Bergevin's best move as a GM, hands down 100% in my opinion, his home run as a GM. So let me know what you think of the decisions. Let me know if you think these are Bergevin's best decisions. Have a great day and stay safe wherever you're to, folks. This is S2H, over and out.